freeway, but a few hops just for now. Alrighty guys, here we are. We just made it to the Lamborghini McLaren dealership with the 600LT. Tons of awesome cars here today, but I found out there's a 720S GT3X here. So we gotta go check it out. 720S GT3X is just insane from the videos and photos I've seen so far. And there's one inside right now, so let's go check it out. Aventador SVJ, and right next to it, the all-new 720S GT3X. Car looks absolutely incredible in person. You can see the tow hook strap right there, but it looks like it has been used a little bit, right? But seeing it in person here in America is insane. I haven't seen any of these here yet, and if you're interested, I think this one is for sale out here at Newport Beach, Lamborghini McLaren, but all throughout, similar to the 720S, right? But then it's based on the 720S GT3 race car with all the aero all around it. Driving the 765LT, I thought that car was amazing, but seeing this car in person, goals right here. Love the aero everywhere with it. This car does have, it doesn't look like it's got slicks on it right now, but I believe you can get these with the Pirelli slicks. But then you have the center locking caps in the middle, and then steel brakes because the race cars don't use carbon ceramic, right? But then next to it is a P1 GTR. So seeing both cars next to each other is so cool. I wonder how they compare the lap time, but that steering wheel column right there is so cool looking at. It reminds me of the 48 Challenge Evo that I drove recently at Buttonwillow Raceway. But moving all the way back, look at that rear spoiler. Fully adjustable, as you can see. I can't imagine getting this car and then playing with all the adjustability, because that's what it really is. This is a non-homologated race car. It's got the GT3 aero, as I mentioned earlier. Full carbon fiber absolutely everywhere. It's more aggressive than the GT3 car, and it's faster because it's not homologated, right? So 700 and I believe 50 horsepower, and that's with a 2,600 pound weight figure. So that shows you the power to weight ratio you're dealing with. Plus all the aerodynamics, the carbon fiber tub. It's got a 6-speed sequential transmission. So on the track again, if you get this car, you are essentially the fastest person around. The engine is fundamentally the same as the 720S, the 4-liter twin-turbo V8, but again, as I mentioned earlier, racing the GT3 class, they do have to homologate the car, so it actually loses power. But when you look at this vehicle right here, the mindset is completely different. It's let's take away the homologations and make the most track-focused version possible for an owner. So it's similar to what a GTR is for like a P1 or a Senna. However, I believe this car is probably faster than a stock Senna, as long as you have like the slicks and so forth, right? Because you have such a crazy amount of aero work going on and all the race car features such as the 2,600 pound weight figure. But looking straight in here, yep, the same brakes as the GT3 race car it looks like, but going to the left, this side skirt looks very interesting. It looks like it's wood, actually. It feels like wood, which is very interesting to me. Right down there, 720S GT3X. Man, this thing looks crazy. But again, it has no limit to all the carbon fiber. It's just mounted right on the car. It blows my mind how you can have a supercar like this with 2 seats at the track car and still make it weigh 2,600 pounds. Let me know, guys, what do you think of this vehicle right here versus like the 720S or the 765LT like we drove recently? And look at that back there. I think that is for the rear view mirror, so you can see out the back. I'm not sure. Let me know, guys, in the comment section down below. What is that for? Yep, it's a window, right? Yep, it's a window, so you can see out of the cabin. Not sure on the exact production figures though for this track-focused supercar right here, but it does have more similarities with the actual race car again, such as the side nozzles to fill up with gas. And what's even crazier is that if you buy this car, McLaren actually offers trackside technical support for the owners. So you could make your own dedicated like racing 720, put down some amazing lap records and get technical support from the manufacturer. Having these canards up front and all the extra intakes, yeah, I don't think you can have any issue with heat on the racetrack. Complete roll bar inside, which is interesting because you do have a carbon tub as well, so the stiffness must be amazing. Plus having that racing 6-speed transmission that's sequential, the gear changes will be even more hardcore than the DCTs. But this car right here absolutely blows my mind. The P1 GTR, I love, like this chrome, like burgundy red. In person, it is pretty shocking just how good it looks. And riding in the normal P1, the non-GTR, I thought that was like the most race car, mid-engine supercar I've ever been in. It's a hypercar, right? Seeing this, I can't imagine how much faster it must be with the fixed gigantic rear spoiler out back, bigger contact patch, and the crazier suspension settings and so forth that you get with the GTR. This car does not have slicks on it. They put on tires that look like you can drive on the street, right? More versatile with these tires on, but if you get a supercar like this or a hypercar, track car, you gotta put on slicks. And then right next to the 720S GT3X, we have an SVJ, so what do you guys think? Which one is a better buy? Roughly similar in price. I think it's about $700,000 from what I heard from McLaren. And then so is a good spec SVJ. You're getting a similar amount of horsepower with each, right? But this is a naturally aspirated V12, right? And it's the last of them because the Aventador production is going to be soon coming to an end, right? So this is the last of an era right here, and I'll always be a major fan of the Aventador. This is like the pinnacle, and it did have the Nürburgring lap record. Obviously, it's not as quick as the 720S GT3X race car, but you can drive this on the street. One other drawback with the SVJ though, it does have a single disc clutch. However, from the owners I have talked to, they say it makes it more fun because you can get crazy upshifts and downshifts with it. Plus you can shoot massive flames with these exhaust pipes out back. I love the dry carbon fiber weave everywhere with it. Yeah, if you can get one of these cars and actually use it for what it's meant for, that would be epic. How wide are these tires actually? So 355, 25, 21. The Z06 will have 345, 25, 21. So the Z06 has tires almost as wide as this insane supercar right here that has over 700 horsepower. So I wonder what the mechanical grip will feel like with this new Z06 Corvette and their Cup 2Rs. That's the stickiest tire you can possibly buy, and it's got the same type of brakes, but it does have carbon fiber wheels with the Z06. So I wonder how much the Z06 will be out the door. I'm guessing like $150,000, which is like a performance bargain because a lot of the super exotics don't have anything near what the Z06 has with the carbon fiber wheels and so forth. So 770 horsepower again, and this car does have the ALA active aero aerodynamics. So then depending on what your inputs are, these flaps will lower or raise even towards the rear where the spoiler is. All the active aerodynamics help to manage that airflow to give you the most slip, the most aero efficiency in the straight line, but then for the corners it'll raise the drag, give you more cornering grip and force. Similar to the rest of all the track-focused supercars coming out, this is the STO. And you've probably heard a lot about this car. Love how wide these tires are. What are these, right? So the SVJ has 355. What are these Bridgestones? 305s out back, so same setup as the Performante, but the aerodynamics have gone up. And versus Performante, this is rear-wheel drive. So if you're a fan of the rear-wheel drive setup, this is going to be the lightest and also most track-focused Huracan you can actually buy. The engine hatch reminds me so much of the SVJ. Look how insane that looks. Even the Veneno with all the cutouts over the V10 naturally aspirated engine. Same power output essentially as the Performante. Look at the carbon fiber everywhere in that interior. I mean, it's covering the entire doors, carbon doors. Yeah, have the racing STO seat embroidery on the sides to hold it in very tightly. And in the middle, what is that? Is that for the seat to move straight and back, or is that for the harnesses? I'm not sure. Please let me know, guys, in the comment section down below. What is that for? But you do have the center screen, which is something that Performante never had. So technology-wise, again, oh, look at that carbon fiber door right there. That is weight savings completely out the door. About 3,400 pounds, so still more than the McLaren's, but you're getting a V10 Lamborghini, so you can't complain there. Most popular thing nowadays, though, is S-Ducts. Every one of these supercars coming out, even track-focused ones, they're all getting S-Ducts up front to help give you much more front aero grip for the front end. And that roof scoop in the back is one of the coolest roof scoops I've ever seen. It's not an intake as it is for like the McLarens and so forth, but it will, I think, help cool the engine. It might not, might be just for looks, but it works perfectly on top of the car. And back here this way, as you can see, this rear spoiler is adjustable. I don't read Italian, so I'm not sure what that says, but you can move that to give you more downforce in the rear. I'm really looking forward to our test of this vehicle. It should happen soon. Our friend just bought one and he says we can test it out. So I'll make sure to let you guys know how it compares against all the other supercars we have driven, even the Ferraris. So basically every one of these exotics right now in this showroom does have a carbon fiber tub, except for the Huracan Evo right here. Alrighty guys, leaving the building right now. What do you think? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Huracan STO SVJ, and then that 720S GT3X. It looks absolutely amazing in person. Having driven the 765 and the 720, I can't imagine what that car must be like. But I still am enjoying the 600LT. This is a keeper for me, and I could be selling it anytime soon. But definitely in the future, one of those cars would be spectacular. I think the 720S GT3X is faster than the Senna, right? And that's crazy. And it's less money too. They have tons of mid-engine supercars everywhere, right? Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, you name it. But then now C8 Corvettes are joining the mix, right? Mid-engine Corvettes at an exotic car dealership. That is so funny, so cool to see. And it's looking pretty good in the lineup, isn't it, right? MP412C C8 Corvette. I think it's a 1LT model, yeah. The standard seats doesn't have the stitching, right? So I think it's a 1LT, but I'm curious to see how much money they're charging for the C8s, because the C8s currently are going for crazy money right now. A mid-engine Corvette sitting next to all the fellow mid-engine exotics. And what is this right here? Another 600LT? But then, wait a second. That's not normal. Oh my gosh, look at those exhaust pipes. Titanium exhaust pipes. I thought the exhaust pipes were already titanium, but these are blue. You can see the setup way in there. Then an S, I'm pretty sure it must be from the people who modified it, but that is crazy. They're probably going to be able to shoot massive flames now, way bigger flames, probably out to here, because my current car will shoot flames right to past where the rear spoiler is. But having aftermarket titanium exhaust, what do you guys think about that? It must sound so good. My only fear though is hopefully it's not going to be messing with the software and the tuning of the vehicle. And if so, I've heard a lot of bad stories online of people having issues with their McLarens once they put on exhaust, even when it comes to the warranty. So hopefully the functionality is still okay with the car. But if you're after the ultimate exhaust setup and looks, this is the best way to do it, because the blue titanium exhaust kind of sticks out from out the back and matches the Vega blue paint job. This car does have all the exposed carbon fiber everywhere towards the rear bumper, but what's interesting is that all 600LTs have a carbon fiber rear bumper. You're paying extra for the finish. So if you want like the most extravagant look at me finish, this is exactly how you option out the car, because it just looks so good. If you want to save the money though, you're not losing out on performance, which is the best part. And no Senna seats it looks like, but it's a Spider. So that is very, very awesome. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of the new 720S GT3X race car? Is it worth $800,000? That exact one that we saw in the showroom was from the Goodwood Festival of Speed, the car that beat every other car for the fastest time ever around that quick run up the hill. It's pretty spectacular, and I think you'll be faster than the Senna. However, there's a drawback, and that is you can't drive it on the street. Is it worth the extra money though, or should you just buy an SVJ for that much money, drive it in the street, then drive it onto the racetrack track. There definitely is an audience for both cars, so I'm really curious here. Well, what do you guys think in the comment section down below? Anyways, hope you enjoyed checking out that amazing McLaren race car and all the other cars over here next to a Newport area. If you did, make sure to hit that like button to help me out. Also subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.